take the U-tubs. I need a flyer. And now let's get right into it. Really, no build up needed. I click on this, I look at this, I go to Kanto, and find Viridian Forest. We start at 1, and we go. I've got about 2 hours before I gotta get ready to leave, and Kanto. Viridian Forest, I believe that's one of the first areas. Yeah, it is. Alright, Viridian Forest. I need a lure. And let's start hatching eggs while I hunt this Bulbasaur. right spot, right? Viridian Forest. Viridian Forest. It says level 10. These are level 8. I could be in the wrong spot. And now we wait. Well, I can skip this, right? Oh. Though that kind of ruins if it's shiny or not. I thought I was going to skip the animation, not the mon that pops out of it. It just skipped the whole thing. And now we put more eggs in. Oh yeah, let me take the XP share off Golduck for now. Because he already evolved. Yeah, another level 8. Unless if I go deeper in the forest, they become level 10s. I could just be in the wrong spot. Now it's level 8 across the board. I think 10s are just rare. Let me test something. Let's see if that's a honey mon. No, never mind. Honey doesn't work as sweet scent in this game. That's 5% encounter. That is why it's gonna take a while. It's just gonna take a while. I went to look up the catch rate, or not catch rate, the encounter rate. I'm probably gonna need to buy a lot more lures than what I have. Oh no, not a Letty and Mac Punch. So scary. Spooky. Alright, let me do one of these. How many lures do I have? Not enough is the answer. I'm gonna have to go to one of the stores and buy a bunch. Is it Pikachu on this route, or is that vanilla? I'm pretty sure I can also just find Pikachu here. Oh, he has a lot of spots. But yeah, this is one of them. I think these are all the same. Yeah, there's no like, it's just the steps that are different in each of these. So I think I changed it, okay. I was thinking there's a difference between the lures. Cause I don't see any level 10s, but I guess that's why it's a 5% drop. I also don't see level 7s. I wonder if I just haven't ran into a Pikachu yet, or if it takes it out of the encounter pool because of the lure. I wonder if Pikachu's a normal encounter. On the bright side, this is taking a while. I'm gonna accidentally be shiny hunting in the meantime. Unintentional shiny hunt. At this point, it just doesn't feel. I feel like I'm in the right spot. Like it's a different patch of grass or something. Throw a Pokeball at this and run. Cause I think I had female Bellsprouts in my box somewhere. So I will take one of these. To have more eggs. That'll make it a lot more convenient. Kind of ruins the surprise of getting a shiny, but instead of sitting through that whole long animation 6 times. Don't mind if I do. I'm noticing this is not the best way to XP farm. I was gonna try to multitask this, where I try to complete the Pokedex and XP farm, but I'm noticing a lot of this is gonna be on level 8s because I just missed a bunch of encounters. Just the starters are low and already low levels. A lot of the XP farming is just gonna be the trainers that happen to be on the route that I'm encounter farming on. It's starting to feel like a 1% encounter, not a 5%. I need a spinner rack. I don't remember if I have a randos. That's not what I'm clicking. Why? Why is it closing? I don't remember if I have an Arandos or not. I do. Hey, I have a shiny one of these on my I think it's my heart gold save. A shiny Caterpie. I had to find my save on my cartridge copy of heart gold. On one of my playthroughs, I just accidentally ran into a shiny Caterpie. I think that was my first shiny. I forget what my first shiny was. I think it was that Caterpie. Give me Bulbasaur already. Would it be better to catch a later evolution line? Lore, it's also gonna be 5%, so that's not gonna be any better. Let me take a look at... Yeah, you can't get the third evolution, okay. If I try to go for the second evolution, that's just a second level of effort. At least for dex completion. If I was shiny hunting something specific in that area, I'm sure I wouldn't mind Ivysaur being there as a side project, a side thingy. Could be shiny hunting something in that area. And just have a lure active for the chance at Ivysaur too. Oh, I forgot I'm using a mic. I don't know why I bother typing hello till. That's just like a silent stream habit. My favorite Pokemon. I'm gonna cheat a bit and refresh my memory. Which one of these is my favorite? None come to mind. I don't know, it changes constantly. I mean, at one point it was Sylveon. Sylveon was my favorite Pokemon. Well, this game doesn't have Sylveon. Snorlax goes hard. Snorlax is a good one. Honchkar's pretty cool. He's got a little hat. He's a cool dude. I mean, this is biased, but this was my first ever starter, so I do like me a Survivor. But I started playing Pokemon on Black and White, so this was my first ever starter. I joined Pokemon pretty late in the series. I joined on Black and White, and then I went back in the games. And then recently, I started a series where I just played all the games anyways. I started from Pokemon Red, I think it was. Yeah, it was Red, Crystal, Emerald, Soul Silver, Platinum, and then I played Pokemon Black, and my next game is Pokemon White 2. I have the emulator in the background. I mean, legit copy of Pokemon because it's not $200 to buy old copies of Pokemon on the internet. It's not a thing. Nope. This is a cool dude. I kind of like the bandit look on the crocodile. You asked me my favorite Pokemon. There's just so many. It's too many to choose from, especially nowadays. I don't know much of the new gen Pokemon though. I stopped playing at BDSP. BDSP was the most recent Pokemon I played. Which I started a Pokemon series, so that's my excuse to play all the Pokemon games. I know Legend ZA came out. I probably won't play that for a bit. I'm gonna wait till the emulators come out for that game because I do not feel like giving Game Freak my moonies because they have made low quality Pokemon for a while now, and I don't want to reward that. I mean, I'm sure Legend ZA is a fine game because they make one good game every 2-3 years now, but it's usually low effort. A lot of vanilla, a lot of the new Pokemon games are just low effort. They don't run well. The stories are easy, especially started around X and Y. Like X and Y started to lose interest in the games. It is not a lot of bang for your buck, as I would call it. And the prices are higher than the old games too now, because inflation, quote unquote. Yeah, I don't really have a favorite Pokemon. It constantly changes. I mean, I like cats. If it's a Catmon, it's usually I usually like it. You hate inflation, your beers cost twice as much. You know what I don't understand about the quote-unquote inflation? Is the price of online copies of games is already it was a cheaper alternative to buying physical. Why is it the same price as buying physical? Like, I understand maybe, okay, CDs cost production and shipping to all the retail areas, but I don't understand the inflation on the online side of things. It's hard not to look at that as just like greed in most places, because I mean, you run to your Silk Songs, your Hollow Knights, and they're like, we're $20. Expedition 33 is $40, and then AAA games are a lot less effort, and they're like double the price. Too much money in the world, oh yeah. But that is why I play Pokemon on emulators. I do not bother buying vanilla copies of the games anymore. I have my old copies, I haven't gotten rid of my copies of the games. But I have stopped buying them. BDSP was my breaking point, because Sword and Shield was where the greed started to kick in. Because Sword and Shield, Pokemon's always had that you have to buy 2 copies to complete that region's Pokedex. I think in Platinum's case it was 3 games, but most regions it's you buy 2 games, you can complete usually that region's dex, which is already a greedy business model. But then they added DLC to Sword and Shield, and that's when they started having you pay for Nintendo Online. And if you know anything about Nintendo Online, their servers are not good. So the fact that they're charging for shitty servers was just like you're like triple dipping into the greed, because you have the 2 copies, 2 DLCs you have to buy for both copies, and now you're paying for online. And you don't really get much different out of it. The games are mostly the same because they put pretty low effort, and most like yeah, Sword and Shield just felt low effort. Just like it just a playthrough was. I did not like the game. And BDSP, the thing I will say I liked about BDSP is it was finally a challenging game. I actually had to use my brain in like team build in that game. You pirate most AAA games? It depends on the game. Like if it's an EA game or like some games I just won't play. Like most EA games, a lot of Ubisoft games. I mean, I play Siege casually, but it's kind of like Ubisoft kind of just forgets they have Siege. They just play a bunch of different. They just make a bunch of shitty games, and Siege is like the accidental like pop off. But even with Siege, Siege X was just kind of underwhelming. There's no nice way to put it. It's just not fun. And so I don't play it anymore. Do I like beer? I'm not a drinker. I'm a coffee person, though. My poison of choice is caffeine. I'm not much into substance abuse. Most of it, anyways. Because I mean, caffeine's not the best either, but that's just yeah. I don't do most drugs. I don't. Yeah, I haven't touched weed in a while. I've tried things, but that's as far as I went with it. I've never kept it a habit. You're a drug addict trying to kick the habit. That's that is fair. I see this audition. I thought it was a shaking grass mechanic out of Unova. My brain wanted to run to this. Wait, that's not a trainer, is it? That could be a swarm. Is there a random oddish swarm here? I guess I could just find out. A Scuffib chamber? I don't even know where that is. A swarm? What is it? What is this? You remember one of the best Pokemons was Mew, I believe. You remember the movie. If you're talking Gen 1, I think it was either Mew or Mewtwo. I think they were like pretty much even in power. I finally got it. I can move on to the next area. I need to go buy more lures. I got my 5% chance. It only took almost an hour. Oh, and the movie you're talking about? Yeah, I don't know much about the anime. I watched some of the anime with my friend group, because my friend group back when I was in school was huge into Pokemon stuff, and they were more into the anime side. I have always just been a gamer. I haven't been a movie person. Give you an XP share. And I'm gonna go buy some lures. Give me lore. I think you're the shop, right? Yeah. Do I play CS:GO? I did for like a couple days. So I have a friend group that's huge on CS:GO, but I suck at PC shooters because I've been a console gamer pretty much most of my shooter career. I don't know why I call it a career, but you know what I mean. So I have, but not well. Okay, so COD it is. I started in COD, and then I moved to Overwatch, and I played Overwatch for a while, and then I was mixing Overwatch and Siege for a bit, and then I got bored of Overwatch, hopped on Siege, and then Rivals came out, and Rivals is not my main game. I mostly play Marvel Rivals, as far as shooters go. Okay, let's go to the next spot, Route 3. I'm really sneezing because of that. Hold on. Ugh. Alright, this is Route 3, right? Yeah. Here's your deal. I don't think I'll need my surfer for a while. I think it's safe to do one of those. Have my smurgle to make it easier to catch things. Turn 26 this month. You can't believe you're almost 30. I won't say my exact age, mostly because I'm private and try to keep accurate information out of there. But I'll gladly tell you I'm 69 years old. Because funny number. I'll happily make I'm old jokes, but I try to keep precise, like, actual precise information at a minimum. Because it's the interwebs. Can't be too safe. Obviously, I'm not telling you what to do, but that's just what I do. Can't be too safe on the interweb. You do you. Yep. My favorite is the random people who want to know about personal information. They'll be like, "But it's only us two here. You're a small streamer. It's only if you tell me it's between me and you." I'm just like, this is the internet. You can literally spread it to wherever you want. And it's like some like, are you my psyop? Are you an FBI agent? But oh yeah, speaking of console shooters, did I miss any? Oh yeah, I played GTA 5 for a bit. I think I was like level 300 in GTA. Or I was like level 2 something, or 300. I played a good chunk of GTA back in the day. Sup, hello Gene. But then I had friend groups on GTA back when I was playing it, and then they kind of just either quit the game because of how old it is, because GTA has been out for like a decade. They either end up quitting the game or just playing with other groups, and then I became like a solo grinding simulator, and I just got sick of the solo grind in GTA. Because it just became me looking for randoms, because if you know anything about GTA, the more players you have, the more rewards the game would give you. So you're just incentivized to play with randoms at that point. trying to remember if I missed any games. Cause I just did like a TLDR. I don't know if I went. I didn't even look at the stats of the Bulbasaur. Is it even usable? Oh, it's probably gonna be a catch and release. Have you seen Real Cobra? Real Cobra. At pet stores, I'm pretty sure. I think I have at like a pet store, but never touched one or anything. I usually keep my distance, but I think at a pet store. I might have. Oh, you know what? I did have that birthday where I had a zookeeper come for my birthday and bring a bunch of animals. I think one of them was no, it wasn't a cobra though. It was a giant orange and yellow snake. I forget what that species is called, but it's that giant orange and yellow snake. I don't remember if I caught this myself or that dex thing has to stop disappearing on me. It's annoying. Oh, here it is. I already completed that evolution line. Okay. Green means OT, right? I think it's blue. I bought it. Yeah. Well, I'm already halfway there by accident. Just off playing through the 5 stories. Yeah, I don't know if I answered your question, but I think I did. I think I have, but I don't remember, so I could have just very well not have. So, I'll throw a maybe, mostly because my memory is terrible. But sorry about that. I don't know why I'm sneezing so much today. Ugh. I think I need a sparrow, right? Isn't sparrow what I'm missing? Yep. Not what I was hunting, but I will take the accidental progress. Who is my best Pokemon? Power-wise, probably my Magnetism. That's only because I'm currently using him. But yeah, this guy's just a powerhouse. I could IV train him, or EV train him to make him better, but he's just kind of on random stats. But this guy's a powerhouse. He's a steel electric type, so he has very good coverage in his stab, because steel and electric hit most things in the game. And he's a bulky boy. I guess I could show them stats somewhere, right? Yeah, look at how bulky he be. He very bulky, have high special attack, and has very good stab. I'd say Magnezone's up there. But as far as my best Pokemon, there really isn't a best Pokemon just because Counterplay exists. So that is a hard decision. I mean, Gyarados is pretty good. I have a triple 31 stat Gyarados. I got a lucky catch and I got 331 IVs. Yeah, IVs. I mean, Needle Queen was fun in my Johto, not Johto. I think it was my Kanto playthrough. No, that was quick. I thought I would be here longer. I thought I would be here longer. Oh, I guess I'll explain the concept of the stream. I mean, I'm sure you guys understand it, but there's a dex and an OT dex. I'm going for the OT dex where I own all of it. But basically, this is an MMO, so I can buy whatever I want. So I could easily just go through it, spend like 100k and get most of the decks done. But instead, I'm going for OT because it's endgame and I'm gonna be running out of things to do. So this is a thing to do. And then after that, I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably start building gym battle teams. Just start like a good money farm. My last progress was I was able to do up until Gym 4 in Johto. Yeah, I was able to do Gym 4 in Johto. Because 4 is ghost type, right? I skipped 5 because the old gym is actually somewhat difficult. And I was able to do the fighting gym. The water fighting gym. The guy with the Poliwhirl. Gym 7 and 8 I was not able to do, so... And the fighting and water gym, I forget, is it a water gym? I think it's supposed to be a water gym. But I was able to do up until that gym. Gym 7 and 8, the mobs were too high level, so... I'll probably be farming the like 4 or 5 gyms of each region just to get XP. For a bit. It's just gonna be a bunch of building teams for money farming. One of my most fun combos I did was because if you don't know, the trainer rematches in this game are always double battle. So it just plays out a little differently than single battles. Oh, what was my tangent on? Oh yeah, my favorite lead was Magnezone and Nidoqueen, where Nidoqueen would use Sludge Wave, and my Magnezone used Discharge, and so Magnezone's immune to poison, and Nidoqueen's immune to electric. So it would cancel out into my team, but AoE on the enemy. And that's like my go-to intro into a hard fight. Or one of them, anyways. Oh. Well, I found out where this is. I don't know how to get here, but I have to figure that out eventually. I'm gonna have to open up all the maps too. So that's done, that's done. You I can evolve, I just caught. You I can evolve. Um, some of this is just items. I could just do this by menuing. So I just caught a Pikachu somewhere, right? Yeah. This is probably a waste, but because I'm not gonna be using this Pikachu. But this is just for Pokedex completion. Aren't you a special attacker? Why do you learn Thunder Punch? Yet, oh, you're kind of blunt. Oh no, you're just terrible. Yeah, you have one special attack IV. I would not be using that. Okay, what else was I looking for? Oh, I was looking for my Nidorino. I'm sure I have one of those somewhere. Nidoran. Nidoking. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I guess I don't have. Or it's not. Is that Nidoking or Queen? Queen. Do I not have a Nido? I don't have a Nidorino. It says I did. I guess I got rid of it somewhere. So that's another one I'll have to evolve. I'll do that eventually. When I'm XP farming. Did I ever play Grow a Garden? I did not. Alright, what else here can I do with just items? Actually, no, I'm looking for my next encounter. What am I doing? I have a Poliwag. What is a basic evolution I don't have that I can't just XP farm to? I don't have a shelter. Okay, this is my next one then. We're in Kanto. Cinnabar Island. Or I go fishing in Pallet Town. Alright, let's go fishing in Pallet Town. What games do I love? My top 5. Wait, it's not the right town. Was it Pallet Town? I think it's this one, right? Hold on, I gotta remember. Pallet. Pallet, yep. And now I fish. Is it a surf fishing spot? Did it specify? Do I need a surf? It just says what rod to use. Oh, to answer your question, I don't know. I got on a side tangent. Well, Kingdom Hearts 2 is probably up there. Yeah, I say Kingdom Hearts 2 because that's my first game I ever beat on my own. Like when I was getting into gaming, I would have a lot of people beat games for me. Kingdom Hearts 2 was one that I sat through and beat entirely on my own. So that was that. There's a lot of games. I'd have to like dig in. Um, yeah, that's an on-the-spot question. I'd have to think about that. I mean, it's probably Pokemon, but there's a lot of Pokemon games. I'd say Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver is up there. Not because they're any difficult. If anything, they're some of the easiest of the Pokemon games, but just off pure content, because I would replay those games over and over. So I think Heart Gold Soul Silver I'll count as one game, because it's not two games. Um, you said five. That's only two. That is, yeah, it's kind of on the spot. I'm not very. I gotta quit my super road. Where register? Eight. Um, I'm blanking honestly. Uh, Kingdom Hearts 2, Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver. I mean, Modern Warfare 3. You hate ants because it's invest. Oh, you have ants eating your rice. Do I need this guy? I think I have a Krabby, so probably not. Hey, can I look at my Pokedex, please? Please, thank you. Yeah, I've got a Krabby. I'm good. Why is Shelter not popping up yet? Do I need a surf? I can't tell if it's a surf one. It just says use a rod. I don't know if I need to go back and get my Gyarados to have a surfer, but I'll give it a bit. Have my cats got pregnant before? That's a random and wild question. No, they are neutered. That's an out of the blue wild question. Okay, I went from gaming to that. Yeah, no, they're neutered, and they're both males, so they can't. They're brothers. They can't get pregnant. They would be the ones getting cats pregnant. Yeah. I wonder if it's because I have the lure active. Because it doesn't say I need a lure, and I have a lure active, so. Games. Back on topic. Favorite games. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 is up there because that's the first COD I got into. Um, I wouldn't count GTA 5 anymore. GTA 5 was probably like one that used to be a favorite game, but that one fell off to me. Like that doesn't really hold the spot to me anymore. Modern Warfare 3 was just yeah. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 like was probably the best gunplay. And then I don't want to pick another COD game. Like COD and Pokemon are most of my favorite games, but I just want to pick one from those series. Cuz I could just be like Pokemon, and Pokemon. Like that could be my five. But I'm trying to like actually think of other games. I mean, lately, Sea of Stars was pretty fun. It's a JRPG that's like a tempo-based game, but I don't know if you heard of that game. Sea of Stars was pretty fun, though. That was a game I was thinking to go back in 100%, but never did. You've never played Pokemon before? What's it like? Pokemon or Pokemmo? Because you spelled Pokemon weirdly. I don't know if you mean this. Um, if you mean this mod that I'm playing, the best way to put it is if you're a newish Pokemon player, you might struggle because this game is tuned to be somewhat difficult. But if you know anything about Pokemon and like synergies and like if you just use pseudos, the difficulty goes out the window. Like if you just know the type chart, you can get yourself pretty far. Alright, so that's this area done. I need my next mon to catch. Oh, you're single stage. Where did I find you? What's Cliff Cave? I don't even know where that is. Canyon entrance. I don't know where these spots are. Is it one of these? That's a canyon entrance. I don't know where to go for that. I don't know where I'm flying to. I just mashed A. Oh, the same spot I'm in. It is Google time because I don't know how to get to any of those areas. Um, can I click here? No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where these are. Canyon entrance area on Seville Islands. I need a map. Yeah, I need a map. I have no idea where this is. It's giving me safari stuff. Is it a safari area? Alright, what's Cliff Cave then? Because this is looking like safari. I don't want to do this through safari. Cliff Cave. Oh, I know where this is. Oh wait, it's giving me every single cave in that region. That's not helpful. Cliff Cave. Okay, there it is. I know where this is. I can go to this. I'm looking up which one of those areas I can get to. Now I gotta remember where the boat is in this region. Is it Cerulean City? I forget which city Kanto's boat is in. This is not it. Yeah, this is not it. Celadon? No. I'm gonna have to look this up. Yeah, I don't remember which town Kanto's boat's in. This is not it either. Is it Vermilion? It might be Vermilion. Because Vermilion has got a chunk of water near it. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh yeah, I never finished my top 5 games. That's like on the spot. I mean, if you're talking recently, Slay the Spire is fun. Bellatro I've been playing on the side. Expedition I didn't finish, but I did like that game. But you said top 5, so that wouldn't count as a top 5, because it's not a game I finished. Cliff Cave, this is the location. Top 5 candies. I mean, I'm pretty decent on Snickers. Or I do like me a Snickers bar. Chocolate, I guess. Yours is Gimmies? I've never heard of a gimme. Oh, gummies? Like gummy bears, or is it just a specific kind of candy I just don't know about? I mean, Kit Kats are pretty good, yeah. I'm like still waking up, so you're having me think on the spot. Favorite. I still haven't finished your favorite games question. There's just so many. It's kind of like Pokemon. It's just like there's so many games I've played at this point. I mean, Sea of Stars was really fun. I mean, I'm gonna play Hollow Knight soon, or replay Hollow Knight. I gotta start over, but Hollow Knight might add to that list once I finish that game. There's just too many options, and it's not like I like a game over another. It's just like I have an itch for this genre more often. Because I'm not huge on JRPGs, or most of them anyways. Oh, Final Fantasy X. That was a fun game. That one popped into my head. Which Pokemon game is this? It is a mod called Pokemmo. It is the first 5 regions modded into one Hodge pit is the best way to TLDR this. Yeah. I'll finish this fight and I'll go through a more basic rundown. But basically, it's up to Unova, so it's Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, and Unova. You can play it. You can play all the regions in one save file, basically. Well, it's not a save file because it's online, but basically you can use all the Pokemon in the first 5 regions up until Gen 5. And the fights are tuned to be more difficult, so it's not your standard vanilla stuff. The movesets are updated, so like stuff that would normally be bad becomes usable. Best example is Jolteon. Jolteon gets an actual moveset in this mod, so he's not stuck with the vanilla moveset of Thundershock to level 50 or whatever level it is in vanilla. And it's a lot of like it's a lot of balancing changes basically to make more mods usable. But I've been having fun with it. I'm about a month into this. I just finished my last region. Oh, and you can play them in any order. You don't have to play them from Gen 1 to Gen 5. So I started in Johto. This gets 30, so I don't feel like wasting 2 turns on that. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a huge candy person to answer your question, Jade. I'm more into like chocolates, though. Like, it's a lot of chocolate candies I'm into. Give me a chocolate bar. I mean, I'll eat candy, but I don't really have a favorite. But usually, if you just give me a chocolate, I'll devour it. That it'll disappear. Oh, and they added swarms. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Now that I don't know if you're still here asking about Pokemmo, but you get the X and Y swarms naturally. It was X and Y that introduced swarms, right? I think it was, right? Yeah. Oh, and another tidbit that they added to this game. There's a lot of balance changes. It's all coming to my mind, but you can catch the starters in the wild. You don't have to restart a save and trade with yourself like you do in vanilla. You can just go out in the wild and catch the starter Pokemon. There's a lot of tiny stuff like that, but it's just basically Pokemon if they put any bit of effort on making the game accessible and not having 2 copies of the game for each generation for 10 years. Yeah, that about sums it up. Another thing that I just popped into my head because I'm using it. Instead of repel, well, they also have repels in this game, but they added another item called lures, which will make you run into stronger Pokemon, and that unlocks rare encounters in some areas. That's how they get the starters in each. That's how they get you to. That's how you can catch the starters too. Is through an item called the lure, which is basically a reverse repel. It's instead of less encounters, you get more encounters and stronger encounters. I guess I'll just show you. But that's what I'm doing to get this Kangaskhan that I'm hunting. This Kangaskhan. That's what I'm hunting right now. Is yeah, lure, which is a 5% encounter. It turns it from a. It turns a lot of areas that have not a lot of mons in it into like it adds a more of a pool of mons, which makes team building a lot more accessible if you're actually using the Pokedex and hunting down these areas. And apparently you get Steelix here. I did not know that. Oh, another thing they add is incubators. So there's two things they do with breeding here. One, they give you incubators so you don't have to have them in your party. You can just have them here and they hatch anyways. And also, the way they change breeding in this game is both the parents die when they breed, so you're basically getting rid of two mons to get one, and that's the shiny hunting in this game. And also how you move stats around. You can move IVs around that way too. It's kind of a lot to explain what this is. I don't even know all of it. Like I haven't even gotten to the PvE stuff like the raids, and I know there's events they'll host because it's an MMO. They'll be like, go catch a team here and then battle with it. There's a lot of stuff in the game. I haven't even scratched the Z surface. I am playing catch up basically. I think I need to catch an Onyx actually, because I don't have its OT. Oh no, I had an Onyx. It's Steelix I need to have an OT of. I'll have to evolve that with the metal coat. Oh, that's another thing that popped up. Yeah, it's a lot. The trait evolutions that are held items, instead of it being a trait evolution, you can just use that item on something like a Steelix or what's another one that evolves through an item? I think Magmotar is another one. Rhyperior, like the ones that are held item trait evolutions, they become, you can use that item on the mon and not have to trade it anymore. They do still keep the trait evolutions for some reason though, like a Machamp, a Golem, Alakazam, like those are still normal trait evolutions. But some the held item ones, become you use that item on that mon. Did I evolve you yet? 43. No, you have another evolution. Yeah. What level does he evolve at? 44. That's a long, that's a high level evolution. For what this mon is. I don't even remember if he's good or not. That's a late evolution. I wonder why I never used him before. I don't think I've ever used one of those in a vanilla playthrough. That one's angry. Very angry. Dog Trio gets Tri Attack at level 26. That's an insane move to have at 26. For a ground type, of all things. It's not even like, is a normal type. Alright, where is Ms. Kangaskhan? It's a 5% encounter, so I'll probably be your boon. I should evolve him, right? Yeah. Let me make sure. I don't think I bought this guy because he's such a niche mon that I probably wouldn't think to team build with him. Yeah. Because there's a few mons I bought off the market, like Spiritomb was one of them. Today's gen is crazy. There's a new game that came out, right? I'm pretty sure ZA is out now. I gotta continue my series, but I do think I want to do Hollow Knight as like a break of Pokemon. Cause I've been doing like 2 months straight of Pokemon. Or I want to say 3 months straight. They only rely on AI. That wouldn't surprise me. I haven't looked into that, so I'm not gonna chime in, but it does fit the theme of how lazy Game Freak has gotten. Like, we can't make good games. You are literally a multi-billion-dollar IP. You can make good games. What was their excuse for, what was it, Arceus, that didn't run well? There was one game that, Scarlet and Violet. Their excuse for that not running well is just like, it's too hard to develop games. We can't make good games. It's too hard. It's like, you're one of the biggest IPs in the world. You can make good games. I think that was around the time when Expedition 33 came out, and it was a huge talk of the internet where it was like, Expedition 33 is a $40 game that was made to quality, and then like Ubisoft chimed in, Game Freak chimed in. Or was it Baldur's Gate that started that conversation? I think Baldur's Gate started the conversation because Expedition 33 came out later, yeah. But there was like a 6 month period where all the AAA companies were just like, it's hard to make good games. It's too hard. We don't want the players' expectations to be too high. What was it, Ubisoft? I think it was like, if we make our games good, they'll expect all our games to be good. Or something along those lines. I don't have the exact quote. I could probably pull it up. It's not. It's barely worth this discussion. Ubisoft has been a bad company for years. I think their last good game that I liked was Black Flag. Or Siege. When Siege came out before Black Flag, Siege has been out for a while, right? I forget which one's older. But like EA, I haven't liked many of their games. Blizzard, I was an Overwatch fan for a while. I'm trying to think of like all the considered bad AAA companies. In Blizzard, I also played Diablo. Diablo 4 was a disappointment. Yeah, because what they're doing with Diablo 4 is, I don't know if they're still doing it. I haven't kept up to date with the game because the game's just so bad that I haven't kept up to date. But what they were doing when that game first came out is they were releasing it half-baked. Like the inventory system was terrible because they just didn't implement it. But now they're updating the game with features that were in Diablo 3 and like blanketing as like, hey, we're adding content. This is content. Is like, oh, you have a basic inventorying system that isn't having everything bundled into like a 30 slot bag that's almost unmanageable. And then they added a pay DLC on top of that. Like on top of the game having a $100 beta that didn't work the first day. It was if you bought the game, you would play on the it's not talked about because Blizzard loves that kind of stuff where they like stuff they can sweep under the rug that people will forget about. They do a lot of that where they see how much they can get away with. But in Diablo's case, it was a paid early beta, and the first day of that beta, their servers were so bad the game just didn't work, and it's Blizzard whose servers isn't working. Blizzard, like you're telling me Blizzard that runs WoW, one of the biggest MMOs in the game, doesn't know how to run a server, and they have people paying for their servers to get early access. Yeah, a lot of Diablo 4 is running the wrong way. But a lot of recent gaming is just like having to navigate around the terrible devs of them. Bethesda used to be beloved, but they just kind of became like the Valve of fantasy gaming, where where they'll make a quality game once every 10 years and stick to it. I'd say Valve is slightly better, except for they have like a weird CS:GO thing where they're selling their own skins now that you can buy on their market, like Valve branded. Like I know there's like a player market, but I'm trying to get the details right here. Basically, Valve is introducing a way to get around the gambling, where it's like you could just straight up buy stuff on their website, and if you, but the sketchy part is, if you buy their skin on their website and you want to sell it later, they take a cut of what you bought it for. So you're already giving them money to buy a skin on their market, and then when you sell it, they get a cut of what you bought it for. But that's their way of getting around the gambling aspect of CSGO. It's like, no, we're just straight up selling it. It's not gambling. You can just get it for $1,200 or whatever the market is. Market price for their skins are nowadays. There's a lot of insane shit going on in gaming. It's just always like it's always like AAA companies just seeing what they can get away with. It's just constantly. Ice Path. let's go to Ice Path. Alpha Swarm. I'm gonna need team build for that, so I'm not gonna bother. Because my team is half just Pokedex entries. Where is Ice Path? I have to remember where that is. Johto Ice Path. I don't. Do you remember where that is? Oh, that's Claire, right? That's by the 8th gym. I believe, right? That's yeah, yeah. I just remembered. It took me a second, but I remembered. I was like 5 seconds away from looking it up, but then my memory from 10 years ago kicked in. Level 31. I just need one level on him and he'll level up. I can just do one of these actually. Nah, I'll level him up normally. I was gonna rare candy him, but I'm gonna save that for the environment specific ones where you have to level up in a specific spot, just so I can walk to that spot, level up, and walk away. Not have to sit and grind those spots. This one I don't mind leveling up one time, just with an XP share, while I'm doing other stuff. Yeah, like this guy's one of those that you need the electric cave. Yeah. That's 1 hour rare candy. Look at tongue. What level do you evolve that? Or what's your method? Roll out. Is there a TM for roll out? There is a TM for roll out. What was my first Pokemon? Black and, well, which one was it? I was trying. It's Black and White, but I think it was Pokemon White. That was the first one. I played both of them technically. I'm trying to remember which one I got first. I think it was Pokemon White. But that was the first Pokemon game I played, was Black and White. Or that generation of Pokemon. And then I went backwards from there, and then I played up until BDSP. Well, no, okay, I didn't play up into BDSP because there was a couple in between. I haven't played Let's Go Eevee because that came out between Sword and Shield's where I stopped. BDSP I played later on. But yeah, I'd say around Sword and Shield when I stopped playing Pokemon stuff. And then I came back to the old games for a streaming series, because I review the Pokemon games now. Can I give you some Pokemons? Maybe. Mayhaps. I'm kind of in the middle of leveling stuff and going into areas and encountering, but what's your current level cap and where are you? What's the first Pokemon game ever made? Pokemon Red and Blue. It said it was in a horde, right? Should be able to Sweet Sun and get a Jinx. Said no one ever wants that mon. It did say horde, right? If it doesn't disappear on me. Horde, yep. You're in Dewford Town and your level cap is 24. I mean, I have some level 1s I could probably hand her away. Well, let me get rid of this lure. I don't need a lure, I don't think. I think is what's giving me gold beds instead of Jinx. Or how do I mail from here? Yeah. You really like my YouTube videos? I somehow doubt that. I'll be honest. This is my first time seeing you here. Something tells me you're just trying to butter me up. I was gonna give you shit anyways. You don't have to butter me up. I don't know if you want to DM me in Discord or something, your tag, or if you care about bringing it here, but I will mail you some level 1 stuff. You do as you please with it. If you were one of the Marvel rival characters, what would it be? You're new to Pokemmo, so am I. Okay. Make sure all those cases are correct, because I'm going to type exactly what you sent to me. If it is wrong, then it'll be the wrong person. So, make sure this is the correct name. Make sure I'm not sending it to nobody. No, no. I will give you $1. How do I add multiple mons? No, I wanna. Okay, I can do it like this. I'm just gonna mail you a bunch of level 1 stuff I'm breeding. Have I ever ate Filipino foods? Not target. You said 24 was your level cap? You know, here's a rare one. This might be useful to you. Alright, is this you before I send this? You better correct me if this is the wrong person. Last chance. That is you, okay. I'm just making sure it's not the wrong person. Have fun with my assortment of level 1s. I could have given you a Skymarie too. Skymarie was fun. That was just literally just random stuff I had from breeding. Alright, I'm gonna go back to my dex completion. Enjoy. No problem. What? Okay, I moved 2 feet forward in the cave and now it has effect. What time is it? How long do I have to stream? I have about 30 minutes left of streaming, so I'm gonna catch this Jinx and then do some more eggs and call it a stream. Cause I gotta start getting ready for my morning shift at work today. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. I have a job. Yes. Yes, I do. You've asked this before. I'm pretty sure. No, no, it wasn't you. Okay, never mind. I did have this conversation recently. It was an over Discord call. I just mixed events. But yeah, I have a retail job. Other than that, I work part-time. So that's why I have time to stream, is I'm a part-time retail worker. I won't say what location because it's big enough that you would recognize me, but it is a retail job. Alright, that's that evolution down. You're a cat lover? Noise. Noise, noise. I like animals. Preferably the ones that don't try to eat me. If an animal tries to eat me, I will murder it, but I'm usually pretty chill with most animals. If you're a spider, you come up and bite me, you will die, but if you mind your business, I leave you alone. Does Veil not evolve? I don't remember if Veil not evolves. It's one of those mods I never use. It does. I forgot this thing had an evolution. I had never used one. Cobras are cute as a baby. I would describe snakes as cute, but each their own. They are a little freaky looking, but that's okay. That is okay. Why is Jinx taking so long to find? Oh, wait. Oh, I have to breed to get this, right? Yeah. And it says it's a Hornmon. It doesn't say anything about needing a lure. Which, hordes doesn't matter. The lures don't affect the hordes anyways. I guess I just do this until it's no longer go bets. I guess I'm just XP farming for now. Wait, what did I just replace? Oh, that's my waking up alarm. I have 30 minutes left to stream before I got to go. Oh, that's a fishing rod. I'll have to rebind that. Because I'm sure I'm going to need another. That's fine. I don't think I have a super rod in this region. Does Jodo even have one? I don't remember if Jodo had a super run. That might be a Kanto only thing. Oh wait, no, right here. I see it. 1, 2, 3. Alright, there's that entry done. Another tri-attack user. This game likes to give mons tri-attack. You forgot you have school tomorrow? And it's 10 a.m. Good luck. Wait, 10 a.m. You're probably late to school at that point, right? Doesn't school... I don't know if it still opens early, but back when I went to school, it was, what, 7, 8 o'clock? Depending on the year of grade you were in. I forgot to heal my sweet sense. Let me do that before I go back. Next day is waste hunting? Wait, what? Are you like on a community service thing? What do you mean waste hunting? Oh yeah, school event, okay. Oh, it's like an education, okay, yeah, like waste management kind of thing, okay. Recycle and all that good stuff. Science month. Alrighty. Why is Jinx such a rare encounter? What's the chance of getting a Jinx? I didn't think this was gonna take this long. It's a 10% encounter. This is definitely not a 10%. There's no way this is taking as much time as Ivysaur did. As a 10% encounter rate. This does not feel like it's a 10%. I think AI is lying to me. Let's try normal encounters because it looks like it's also normal encounters too. Delibird. Do I have this? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I have one of these. I have some snacks. What is my snack? It's a s'more cluster. So if you know what a s'more is, it's a caramel s'more cluster that my family got from Costco. It's basically, yeah, it's just a s'more. It's a chocolate covered marshmallow graham cracker thing. Why is this Jinx so rare? You know, of all things, I wasn't expecting Jinx to be this hard to encounter. I know it said it's. I looked it up. It says a 10% encounter rate. It does not feel like it. Do I need to use a lure or something? Because this is taking about as much time as it took to find the Bulbasaur. That's a 5% chance. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about a lure. It just says it's uncommon. What does shiny Delibird look like? I feel like Delibird would be one of those weirdly good shinies, even because of just how useless of a mon he is. I feel like that's something Game Freak would give a good shiny to, is just Delibird of all things. They, they turn him into a pink bird. And they turn him into a pink bird instead of a red bird. Well, it's almost like a purple, but it's like a shade. They turn him to a shade of pink. Discord event on Christmas Day. I'm probably doing family stuff on Christmas. I don't know if I'll be able to host any kind of event. Also, to put it bluntly, I don't know if the community is active enough to do much. I could probably get a handful of people or something if I organize something. But, like, I think Pyro might show up, but no, Pyro's pretty busy. A lot of my community is just busy people, so. And I imagine most of them, because a lot of my community is kind of similar to me, where they just keep to themselves. I don't expect people to show up to anything that I do. It's just kind of a I happen to be here kind of thing. I don't even know what I would do for an event, or like what game would it be. I mean, I could do like a kind of like a game night thing. But what game would it be? Because Minecraft, I would have to pay for a server, and I don't feel like giving. Mojang's another one of those companies. I don't feel like giving money for low effort. Um, I mean, if I do anything on this game, like if I'm trying to think of like what events I would even run. Because if I try to do it on this game, the problem is this isn't really accessible to everyone. It is free, like you could get into Pokemmo, but a lot of the areas are blocked off behind story bits. Like a lot of the games, like you have to progress to this location. Why did that take so long? I'm just disappointed that this took this long. I mean, I could do like Jackbox stuff. I'm like brainstorming here. I know I'm sitting here quietly. I am kind of I am also just snacking. I'll be honest. These s'more clusters are pretty good. I could do a browser game. It's the most accessible thing. The only problem is what kind of party game do I want to do? Because if I do the kind of humor I normally do, or like if I go the dark humor route, the problem is I don't know my entire community's age range because we're all very private. Like I like to keep people's private lives private. So I don't know the age group. I don't know what kind of jokes I can make in an interactive community kind of thing. So that's the only problem with party games. Like I don't know how dark can I lean into the humor with my community. Alright, I'm gonna spend the rest of the stream egg farming now that I got my encounter. Because the thing is, when I'm playing solo games or playing a multiplayer game, if I make a bad joke on stream, they will probably just leave. Like if they don't like the kind of humor I have or the way I talk, it's like okay, too bad. But when it's more interactive with the person, there's a different level to it. I'm just like, are they okay with this kind of humor? Like I don't want to. I don't know how far I can go with it, or how far someone else will go with it, because I could just have someone be like, the N word is funny, and just like, no, no, it is not. It is just cringe. And it's like nothing against the word, but it's just like people that just spam that as humor. It's like rappers saying the N word in every one of their songs. It's like a default setting. I'm gonna put my snack away before I down the whole bag. These things are a problem. Let me buy a Ditto quickly, so I can get a Smoochum. Just whatever the cheapest one is. They're pretty pricey. Why are they so pricey? Am I ending the stream? Not yet. I mean, in a bit. I'm getting ready to end the stream, but not yet. Oh, the ditto disappeared. Okay. I'm about to, but I'm gonna do a little bit of eggs. We can still talk. I'm not going yet. But I am getting ready to end stream. You have to sleep for school. Ah, alright. You have a good one, Jaden. I'm just hatching eggs. Well, I'm setting up eggs to get ready to hatch. So I can, my next stream will just be more of me completing my Pokedex. Like, me going to random areas and just finding mons I don't have. Okay, I need to involve you. Let me make sure. Bye, see you next time. Have a good one, Jin. Yeah, have a good one. Oh yeah, I need Steelix again, right? Yeah. Let me get Steelix for the Dex entry. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for stopping by, all that good stuff. Bye bye.